Ever the showman, final week of the 2018 World Cup in Russia, it was announced that Cristiano Ronaldo would be leaving longtime home Real Madrid for a new challenge with Juventus. But the team from Turin didn't get him for free. Oh no. To secure Ronaldo's services, Juventus paid Real Madrid 100 million euros, which is a record price for any Italian club. Combined with his wages and commissions, this means they will be spending more than $350 million on the Portuguese legend, the second most any team has ever spent on a single player. But by pure transfer fee, Ronaldo's move to Juventus isn't even close to the most expensive ever. It's not even top 5. Here's a look at some of the biggest transfers in world history. The first transfer to shake things up in European football had all the ingredients of a major drama. It featured a dangerous striker moving from one rival to another shortly after the two teams met in a cup final. That man, of course, was Willie Groves. Yes, in 1893, the Scotsman moved from West Bromwich Albion to fellow West Midlands side Aston Villa and set a benchmark in the process. His cost? A little bit less than Ronaldo's 100 million euros. Try a whopping £100. 80 years later, the cost had risen. Well, quite a bit. But they still hadn't hit the £1 million mark when Dutch legend Johan Cruyff, known as one of the greatest players never to win the World Cup, moved from Ajax to Barcelona for a record-setting price of £922,000. It turned out to be a bargain for the Catalan club. Not only did they get a legend on the field, but as a manager years later, Cruyff led Barcelona to their first European Cup title. A decade later, one man set 2 records in the span of 2 years. You might have heard of him. Argentine legend Diego Maradona, who moved from the Buenos Aires club Boca Juniors to Barcelona for £3 million in 1982. Then in 1984 went from Barcelona to Napoli for $5 million. Both of them set records. The second one gave a glimpse into Italy's dominance in football and in money during that era. In 1996 and 1997, another South American star, like Maradona, set 2 records in a short amount of time. Brazilian Ronaldo, whose moves from PSV to Barcelona and Barcelona to Inter Milan within 1 year of each other saw major money changing hands. £13.2 million and £19.5 million respectively. Fees had been steadily rising, but in 2001, one move really set the table for today's astronomical prices. That would be French legend Zinedine Zidane going from Juventus to Real Madrid for a price of £46.6 million, which even 17 years later is a significant chunk of change. Like Cruyff's move to Barcelona, that one paid off. Zinedine starred on the pitch and led Real Madrid to 3 straight Champions League titles as a manager. Zidane's transfer record stood until 2009 when it was beaten, then blown away by 2 massive purchases from the same club. In early June, they sent £56 million to AC Milan for Brazilian star Kaká. Just weeks later, £80 million headed to Manchester United for a name we've mentioned here before. Yep, Cristiano Ronaldo, who might not be the world's most expensive transfer anymore, but was for 4 years and proved well worth it. Especially seeing as how he cost Real Madrid less in his prime than he cost Juventus at 33 years old. Ronaldo's former teammate Gareth Bale became the first €100 million man in 2013 as Real Madrid spent big to bring him over from Tottenham Hotspur. That one hasn't worked out as well as Ronaldo's move, but who has? Bale still has helped Real Madrid to 3 straight Champions League finals, scoring twice in the 2018 final versus Liverpool. Bale was the world's first €100 million man. But as we sit here in 2018, that move is only the 7th most expensive in world history. Ronaldo's move to Juventus is 6th. So now we're in the top 5. Number 5, Manchester United's 2016 move for French midfielder Paul POGBA, who moved to England from Juventus for €105 million, £89 million on the midfielder. 4th and 3rd on the list might surprise casual observers. A pair of recent purchases made by Barcelona. Ousmane Dembele for £96.7 million from Borussia Dortmund. Philippe Coutinho for £105 million from Liverpool. 2nd, Kylian Mbappé moving from Monaco to Paris Saint-Germain. on a £160 million, €180 million fee that was agreed even before his breakout for France in the 2018 World Cup. Number 1 pales all the previous names. Cristiano Ronaldo's combined fees from Manchester United to Real Madrid and from Real Madrid to Juventus don't even match it. And don't even bring up Lionel Messi, whose move from boyhood club Newell's Old Boys in Argentina could hardly even be classified as a transfer. The man we're talking about is Neymar, moving from Barcelona to Paris Saint-Germain for an astonishing €222 million, £198 million. At the time, it was more than double the previous record, which belonged to POGBA, and it's hard to see anyone breaking it. Unless, say, Real Madrid wants to splash the cash secured in the Ronaldo deal and bring Neymar back to Spain. Because who are we kidding? The 33-year-old Ronaldo's still terrific, but hardly at his best, can bring in €100 million. It's safe to say enormous transfers are here to stay, and records will just keep falling. So who's next?